When you think of the ministry of the church, how do you picture it? Let's put it in practical terms. Imagine that you were tasked with planning and coordinating the range of ministries in a local church. How would you structure them? What kinds of ministries would you include? Which ones would you prioritize? And so on. And how would you make those choices? One method I find really helpful is to think of the ministry of the church as happening in three directions. Perhaps you can call them three dimensions. On the one hand, we minister upward. We minister to the Lord. And our primary ministry to the Lord is that we seek to exalt Him. So this is worship, it's prayer, it's proclaiming the goodness of God. Secondly, we minister to believers. So this would be the inward dimension. So the ministry to the Lord, of course, is upward. Ministry to believers is inward, and this is primarily the ministry of edification. Didn't do a terribly good job of that. Let's try it again. So our primary duty with respect to ministering to believers is that we seek to edify believers. How? Ministries like fellowship, like teaching, like serving and catering for practical needs would all be ways of edifying the believing community. And lastly, we minister outwardly to unbelievers. Get that done, to unbelievers. The key word here is evangelizing, of course. Although we do more than evangelizing, we have a missional obligation to the world. This is the outward dimension. So when we think of the ministry of the church, it's probably helpful to bear these three directions or dimensions in mind as a framework. A biblically healthy church ministers upward to the Lord, it ministers inward to believers, and it ministers outward towards the world.